Fanatics also reported a 100% increase in sales for WNBA specific merchandise. It started with Caitlin Clark. And so now that we know all of this, and we've known that for months, now we get to turn around and look and see what exactly is it that the league will do, knowing that she's out for the next 2 weeks. I'm not saying I know for sure what's going to happen, but I have an idea.
Stephen A. Smith is furious. The WNBA's biggest star, Caitlin Clark, is out with an injury, and he says the league has no one to blame but themselves. Ratings, revenues, and reputations are all at stake, and Stephen A. is holding nothing back. Let's dive in.
Unfortunately, though, the celebration in the WNBA, it was cut short yesterday afternoon as WNBA players learned the harsh lesson, be careful what you wish for. Headline at the New York Post. Caitlin Clark sidelined with Indiana Felines announcing shock injury. Keyword, shock. This injury was shocking, but not for reasons that you may think.
Caitlin Clark's injury isn't just a blow to the Indiana Fever. It's a seismic event that threatens the entire WNBA ecosystem. She's not just a rookie. She's the driving force behind record-breaking viewership, sold-out arenas, and a surge in merchandise sales.
Everybody was moving Caitlin Clark games to bigger facilities because everyone was selling tickets. There were ratings. It was a ratings bonanza. Now with Caitlin Clark not playing, what do? Well, when you change your situs, guess what? You can't change it back.
Yep.
All
the tickets are literally half the price, and there are entire sections of the stadium that have not sold any tickets.
Stephen A. didn't hold back. In his fiery segment, he ripped into the WNBA for failing to protect its biggest star. He argued this was more than just an injury. It was a complete betrayal of the league's future.
Thanks to Clark, Indiana led the league in attendance both at home and on the road. The Fever averaged 17,035 fans at home and over 15,000 on the road. 4 teams moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. That's about Caitlin Clark. How do we know this? Attendance for the entire league was up nearly 50% last year, according to data from across the timeline, and Indiana led all teams with an average attendance of 17,035. That was up 319% from the year earlier.
Clark's injury has already sent shockwaves through the business side of the WNBA. Ticket prices are crashing. Merchandise sales are down. And those TV deals? They're suddenly looking a lot less valuable without Clark on the court.
We'll find out. We don't know yet, but I'm going to be really, really interested in seeing, Molly, what kind of effect this has on the WNBA's ratings. Because if for some reason there is a precipitous drop-off, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or the assertions and assumptions about her being the golden goose is validated.
Caitlin Clark isn't just another player. She's a phenomenon. She's brought millions of new fans to the WNBA. But now, with her sidelined, the league faces a grim reality. Without her, viewership drops fast.
Became the first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. That was Caitlin Clark. Became the 4th different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game. That was her. I'm looking at other things. 6 different league television partners. This is last year. This is last season, because this is Caitlin Clark that we're talking about. 6 different league television partners set viewership records that year, her rookie year, for its highest viewed WNBA game. Do you know every one of those games included the Indiana Fever?
Stephen A. says the WNBA had one job: protect the player who's transforming their entire sport. Instead, he argues, they let Clark become a target for reckless fouls and physical play.
Tide lifts all boats. And if this is the magnetic traction that draws viewers to the WNBA, and her absence over the next 2 weeks due to that quad strain is providing further evidence of that, then everybody needs to accept it, stand down, and ride that wave. I'm going to be really interested in seeing how the ratings are going to look without her over the next 2 weeks. Let's make sure we come back and ask me this exact same question after she's been gone for those 2 weeks.
Yeah. Stephen A. believes this was entirely preventable. Injuries happen in sports, but he says the WNBA refused to treat Clark as the game-changing superstar she is. The result? A catastrophic injury that could have been avoided.
We know what she brings to the table. But people wanted to hate because why? You had a bunch of players in this league that watched this young white girl come along and take the league by storm. And they resented it because they saw the marketing prowess that she had. They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here. And y'all wasn't paying attention then. But now the young white girl comes along and y'all want to sit up there and shower all of this praise and all of this attention that was earned before she ever came along. The resentment is understandable, but it's not about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. My point is, grow up.
It's not just fans who are feeling the shockwaves. Players like Angel Reese and Sue Bird have weighed in, offering their thoughts on how the WNBA should respond.
I think Stephen A is 100% correct on this. At the end of the day, you already see people actually saying, hey, I'm not watching for 2 weeks. I'm not tuning in for 2 weeks. And it's really bad news for the Mystics and the Sky because both of those teams moved those games to big arenas. So it's like now that she's not playing, what is that attendance going to look like? The viewership, right? The viewership is going to plummet. I already know because majority of the people that's watching Indiana Fever wants to see Caitlin Clark. And sad to say it, a lot of them only want to see Caitlin Clark. They don't really care about the entire team.
As Clark recovers, the WNBA must decide how to move forward. Will they finally listen to Stephen A. Smith's warnings? Or will they risk alienating the fans who came for Clark and might not stick around for anyone else?
The Fever, and the Liberty, peaking at 3.2 million viewers. 3.2. And again, second most viewed game on CBS ever. I have no idea what the most viewed game was ever.
The fans are already speaking out. Social media is flooded with fans saying they're done with the WNBA until Clark returns. Some are calling for better protection for star players, others for boycotts of upcoming games.
You literally cannot make this up. When she's not playing, ticket prices, merchandise sales plummet. Viewership declines when she is not suited up in uniform. The numbers do not lie, guys. Caitlin Clark is the biggest box office attraction in the WNBA, period. Facts over feeling.
In the end, this isn't just about one injury. It's about the future of the entire WNBA. Will they learn from this and finally treat Clark like the superstar she is? Or will they let her injury mark the beginning of the end of their newfound momentum?
I mean, with Caitlin Clark being out of the picture, you know what's already happened in the WNBA? Yeah, that's right. Those ticket prices went way down. And you would think most of the ladies in the league would want to wish Caitlin a very speedy and successful recovery, because without her in that league, it's going back to where it was before she even got drafted to the Indiana Fever.
What do you think? Should the WNBA have done more to protect Caitlin Clark? Was Stephen A. right to call them out? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this developing story. Stay tuned. As the dust settles and the ratings roll in, we'll be here to break it all down. Until then, keep your eyes on the WNBA and on Caitlin Clark. Just when the WNBA was finally surging into the mainstream, Caitlin Clark's injury has everyone, including the unstoppable Stephen A. Smith, absolutely losing their minds. In this video, we're diving deep into Stephen A.'s explosive reaction, why Caitlin's injury is bigger than just sports, and what it means for the future of women's basketball. Caitlin Clark didn't just arrive in the WNBA, she transformed it. Viewership surged. Arena tickets sold out. She became the golden goose, the reason people canceled dinner plans to watch WNBA games. But then it happened. A shocking injury sidelined Caitlin Clark. A left quad strain that'll keep her out for at least 2 weeks. A devastating blow not just for Clark, but for the entire league that's been riding her coattails. Enter Stephen A. Smith, the man who's never shy about calling out the obvious. And this time, he's absolutely furious. Not just about the injury, but about how the WNBA has treated Caitlin Clark like a tourist in their own house. Let's talk numbers. Games with Caitlin Clark? Over 1.1 million viewers. Games without her? Barely 394,000. That's a 199% gap. The kind of gap that has even the WNBA's biggest defenders shaking in their boots. Stephen A. didn't just comment, he erupted. He's watched the WNBA fumble the Caitlin Clark moment for months. Watched legends like Sue Bird and Cheryl Swoops downplay Clark's impact. And now he's saying, "I told you so." Here's the thing, Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a business. Ticket prices doubled for her games. Entire sections of stadiums sold out in minutes. And with her gone, teams are already slashing prices and losing money. Stephen A. says this is the WNBA's moment of truth. Will they finally realize what they have in Caitlin Clark? Or will they let petty jealousy and gatekeeping kill the golden goose that's saving the league? Not everyone agrees with Stephen A. Sue Bird, for example, says the league should focus on sustainable growth, not just one player. But here's the problem. You can't build the future if you're ignoring the present. Let's ask you, the fans, is Caitlin Clark the savior of the WNBA? Or is she just the latest star in a long line of legends? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate is just heating up. As Caitlin recovers, the WNBA has a choice to make. Embrace the star power that's been handed to them on a silver platter, or watch as the momentum fizzles out. Stephen A. Smith's message is clear. Stop taking Caitlin for granted. What do you think will happen next? Will Caitlin Clark's return send the ratings sky high again? Or will the WNBA's leadership finally realize they've been sitting on a gold mine? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that bring the game to life. Next up, we're diving into the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark rivalry and why it's turning into the fiercest feud in sports. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss it.